Hey, what's going on, Element Team? It's Coach Joe. It's Friday, October 10th, and we're going over the workout stimulus, scaling, and movement tips for the workout today, which is the CrossFit Service Cup workouts 4A and 4B. So 4A is a 10-minute AMRAP of 5 hang clean and jerks at 115 pounds for the gents, 80 pounds for the ladies, followed by 10 back squats at the same loads, followed by 15 toes to bar. So 2 weightlifting movements plus a gymnastics movement. We're gonna cycle through that as many times as we can, and we'll do this on a 15-minute running clock. So as soon as that 10 minutes is up, we'll immediately stop that workout, and then we'll have the remaining 5 minutes to establish a 1 rep max clean. And that can either be a power clean or a squat clean. I'm gonna go over the lifting movements and the workout tips after we go through the stimulus. So for the first section here, this 10-minute AMRAP, the weightlifting movements, both of these are a relatively light load that we should be able to perform unbroken for the majority of the workout. And we should be able to transition from the 5 hang clean and jerks right into the back squats. All right, so each of the weightlifting movements should take us about 30-ish seconds, maybe slightly longer, but we're looking right around that time frame on those. Then the 15 toes to bar. That could take us a little bit longer, maybe about a minute. Ideally, should we have the capacity to perform 15 unbroken? Yes, but for the workout today, with as much grip that's going on, really solid idea to jump off the bar and shake it out for maybe a few seconds and then jump back up. When I was doing this, I broke up my reps into first sets of 8 and 7 and then 3 sets of 5 after that. And that allowed me to keep moving relatively fast without resting too long or having the grip die out. All right, so the goal is about 3 to 5 rounds on this. And so obviously if we're scaling this, the first thing we can do is to dial down the load on the cleans and the back squats so we can do those unbroken and do them relatively quickly. We could dial down the total number on the toes to bar if we have toes to bar, but maybe performing 15 consistently under a minute's out of the cards. All right. Or we could scale the movement to something like some hanging knee raises. There's going to be a lot of scaling options in the notes and the skill work for the toes to bar, so make sure we check those out. All right. For the 5 minutes to establish the 1 rep max clean, right after this, we're looking for about 4 to 5 reps total here on the clean. So this is really our heavy session for the week. We're going to lift something under heavy fatigue, but we only want to do it with sound mechanics. And so that being said, let's dive into the weightlifting movements and talk about those a little bit. All right, so the hang clean and jerks are going to look like this. We'll have to make sure we deadlift with a nice flat back. We come up and then down to the hang position. Excuse me. Let me redo that. That was a bad example. We're going to come down, hang clean, jerk. Elbows come down, bar to the sternum, arms come back down. 2, all the way to 5. After that 5th rep, and we need to make sure on 2 things on the clean and jerk, that we stand all the way up before the bar comes back down to the shoulders. And then once we perform that 5th rep, this is 5. When we back squat, we squat all the way down, hip crease below the knee, and then stand all the way up. Because it's a lighter load, there may be a tendency on the squat today to want to do this. But notice this position, my hip never fully opens. This is the top of the rep. Hips down, hip crease below the knee, and then all the way up. And then for the back squat, make sure you have enough room behind you so you can safely let the bar roll off your back. after that final rep. And then you do your toes to bar. For the 1 rep max clean, we can do one of two things. Bar starts on the ground. We can either power clean or squat clean. However, we should only go as heavy as sound mechanics allow. So in the setup and the pull, that means keeping our back flat. If it starts to round at any point, we should just drop the bar, bail the lift, dial the load back down. And then in the landing position, in the power clean, landing in a sound quarter squat. This is, I can't get the bar on my shoulder because of my flexibility here, the PVC. But if it was a bar, it would be sitting on my shoulders, elbows up, hips slightly back, knees tracking the toes, stand all the way up. For the squat, hip crease lower than the knee, knees tracking the toes, back flat, bar on the body, elbows off the knees, stand all the way up. All right? We will definitely have plenty of videos accompanying this, so please make sure to check those out. If you have questions on how to scale this, hit us up on Discord, and we see you right back here tomorrow for some more fun and fitness.